My name's Angelo, and welcome to We Want Picks. This is the only channel dedicated to UFC fight picks and DraftKings lineups run by MMA insiders and professional fighters. Every week, I join Dan Kramer and Nick Newell, two longtime professional fighters that have fought at the highest levels on the planet, as well as Jacob Lyons, a skinny kid from Indiana. So join us every single week for our full fight card breakdowns, our individual fight card breakdowns, our betting guide, and our DraftKings lineups. If you watched our Monkey Knife Fight videos last week, you know that we made a ton of money. All you need to do is check the comments, check the Instagram. We made an absolute fortune on Monkey Knife Fight last week for UFC 264, and we're back to do it again. We make money every single weekend. The reason we do is you triple your money with a successful play in Monkey Knife Fights, and there are a ton of options and ways to do it. This is our early Monkey Knife Fight video. They just dropped these lines today. So we're going to go through it. We're going to hit a couple of these fights, and we're going to tell you which lines they hit early before they change, because these lines, just like any other line-based system, they move with the money. As money comes in, they may go up or down. So if you love one, hit it now before they get too high or too low. To play these games, go to WeWantPicks.com/MKF. Jump in, sign up, promo code WWP. You get all sorts of free money. And now, here are our free picks. Let's walk through a handful of these fights, boys. I'm going to jump right into Dustin Stoltzfus versus Rodolfo Vieira. All we need to do, boys, is say, do we think Dustin is going to land more or less than 56.5 strikes, and Rodolfo Vieira more or less than 32.5 strikes? I'll let you go first, Jake.
Did you say me?
Yeah, Jake.
Okay. Jake the
So
Snake.
we're picking our own first this time. We're not doing.
Usually you do the main event, the co-main
flipped
event.
it all up on
I picked this fight.
So what happens if I
Jacob.
pick the main event now? Then
We're not picking. We're moving on still. I just grabbed this one because I really like this matchup.
Okay, he's a little excited. He's very excited about this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. I guess he probably
I don't know either why. I'm looking at
Well,
this.
he thinks that Rodolfo is going to dominate, so he's going to go less, I bet.
Well, I'm asking you what you're going to do.
I'm guessing what you going to do, eh? Less? Mr. Manhattan?
Dan, what's your play here?
Just because I think Angelo's going to go less, I'm going to go with more. And no reason or logic behind that other than if Vieira doesn't get it in the first and he gets tired like he does in the past, I think Stoltzfus probably will not be able to submit him the way he was submitted last fight, and I think the fight will be a sloppy drag-out fight over 3 rounds. So low level of confidence in this one. I probably won't be playing this one, but actually I might just throw a couple bucks at it just to go against what Angelo's going to pick, but I'm going more.
Yeah, I like less more. I think Stoltzfus, 56.5 strikes is a lot. I don't think he's going to get that many off, especially with Vieira looking to take him down, hold him down, and submit him. So I think he'll be under 56.5. 32.5 is not that many. Rodolfo Vieira throws bombs, and then when he's on top, he does, loosen you up to work in the submission. So it's either less or less more, but I like less more here. I think Vieira is going to be pretty dominant.
I watched Rodolfo throw 20 punches in his last fight, and he couldn't lift his arms. He was so tired.
That was a very different matchup. Talked about that. All right, so let's move on to Mateusz Gamrot versus Jeremy Stephens. Mateusz Gamrot, dominant wrestler.
Oh, so now we
Jeremy
don't get to
Stephens.
choose. So that you really are doing it like that. You choose, you do your own thing, and then now we're back to structure. Okay.
Jeremy Stephens, tons of power. What's your play here, Danny?
I'm going to go with more. Jeez, is Jeremy Stephens going to be able to get? Depends how much you got. I'm going more. Total strikes, right? I mean,
Total
it's
strikes,
more or less.
Single strike.
Yeah, I'm going to go more.
Yeah, I agree. It's more or more or less. I'm thinking more or less because I think Gamrot will get. I know Gamrot will get the takedowns, and once he's on top, he's on top. He'll be busy. Jeremy Stephens won't be doing much, and if they do get back to their feet, let's say second round, it starts with feet. Jeremy Stephens isn't going to be throwing volume of small punches. He's going to be throwing big, heavy punches to try to get him out of there.
Jeremy Stevens is also Angelo froze. We'll take over from Jake. Jeremy Stevens is also the sort of guy that if he does get taken down, he should be working to get to his feet pretty well, and he's one of those guys that's gonna start throwing stuff. He fights with a little anger and a little temper. So if he is getting frustrated, getting taken down, getting controlled, he's gonna be throwing those chippy shots just because he's annoyed and angry. So those could pile up pretty quickly. So these are not significant strikes. So, and I think over 3 rounds to get 45 just regular strikes overall, I could see that happening. And I personally just like either picking 2 mores or 2 lesses. The in-betweens, I feel like are always a little challenging to kind of split the difference. But so, yeah, more for me.
I agree with you overall. I do like double one way or the other, but it's just a weird matchup. Jake, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I would go more just because Jeremy Stevens is tough as hell, man. He is tough as hell. He's been in some wars, and he does not stop. He does not give up. I think he's definitely going to be on his back a lot, but even from the bottom, I see him staying active because, like Dan says, he's very emotional. He gets in the fights, and he doesn't like getting hit, and he likes hitting. So I like the more here, especially Jeremy Stevens coming up in weight. So I imagine that's going to help him be even tougher. So I like more.
That'll help his cardio for sure. All right, we have 2 mores. And then I like more less, but more is obviously a great play as well. Let's move to the co-main event, the return of Miesha Tate after 5 years off, 69 1/2 strikes versus Marion Renault, the 44-year-old gym teacher who is tough as hell and crazy strong at 54 1/2 strikes. Man, that's a tough line. That is a really tough line in my opinion. What do you think, Jake?
I go less. I think it's a sloppy fight, but I think it sloppily goes to the ground and Miesha Tate submits her somehow pretty quickly or just kind of dominates on the ground. But I think Miesha's coming in great shape and is hungry. Marion's 44 years old on a 4-fight losing streak. I see this as, less.
Yeah, less is probably pretty solid. Dan, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to go more on Renault. For sure. Her last 3 fights were 59, 81, 64, all in losses. So if that tells you something. And then let's just take a look at Miesha Tate back in 2000, whatever. Not that it really even matters.
I assume hers are, I mean, she's pretty tough and she's pretty busy.
I know the last couple.
More on Marion, you just made a statement how you want to go more, less. You don't like splitting the babies.
I mean, 70, I don't like it, but 70 is high for Miesha Tate. I mean, in the fights dating back to 2016 through 2015, she has had 1 fight. No, sorry. Actually, yeah. 1. Well, her last 3 fights were 48, 3, 65. So I'm going to go breaking my code here. I'm going less.
The code that lasted 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, thank you so much for the lecture you just gave us about that crap. It meant literally nothing.
I'm actually not playing that one, so less, more. Do whatever you want. Have fun with it. I don't like that line.
All right, let's move to the main event. And again, this is our early breakdown because sometimes we hop in here and the lines are crazy and you want to hit them. Early on, the odds aren't as good, but the lines are typically better. And then later in the week, we start to get all of the other props like the knockout kings, the rapid fire, the ability to match multiple fighters. Instead of tripling your money, you can 25 times your money. So this is our early look, and let's look at that main event. Islam Makhachev versus Thiago Moisés, a 5-round fight that will probably go all 5 rounds, 118 for Islam. Sounds high, but he is a dominant grappler who is busy, and 62.5 for Thiago Moisés. I would like a lower line on Islam, but I think more is absolutely the play here. I think this is a 5-round fight. I think they're both very busy, and it doesn't even matter who wins or who loses. They're both going to blow past this. So I love this. I love this line. I wish it was lower just to be more confident, but I'm very good with more here. Do you agree, Danny?
Yeah, I'm with you here. I'm just looking at Makhachev. So he's got, in 3-round fights, 102, in one that stopped in the third against Drew Dober. He's got 88 against Ramos in a decision win, and Sarukian, he didn't have that much. But I think this is going to be, like we said, a closer fight than people think. I think there's going to be action on the feet. I think Makhachev will get takedowns, will get some ground and pound, and I think it's going to go the distance. So over 5 rounds, yeah, I could see him hitting 118, and that would be my only concern, whether he hits his number. Moises, I think, definitely will get over 62 total strikes in a 5-round fight. So more is the play for me as well.
Yeah, I like this line quite a bit. I guarantee. Watch it now. 118.5, 62.5. Check this on Friday. That'll be much higher than this, I imagine. Jacob, what are you doing?
Here's the only thing that worries me about this fight, because I agree. It should be more. It should be 5 rounds. It should be an absolute war. The last kind of matchup we had like this, that we thought that this is going to be an absolute war, 5 rounds, was the Dan Ige Gavin Tucker fight. And that one ended in like 20 seconds. And I could see Thiago Moises, those ATT guys always have a game plan. Nobody from ATT comes into fights just kind of winging it. They always have a game plan. I think he's going to have an opening sequence game plan to try and catch Islam on an opening shot. That's the only thing that would worry me about this, but I think the play definitely is more.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to lock this in now. I like this line. I think this line's going to go up and not down. I'm going to throw $20 on it because this is Tuesday and these lines dropped this morning. You don't get as much money, and they limit your max play because they want to make sure that they're not way off. So I'm playing 20 to win 50. But that's if I come back on Friday, I'll play 20 to win 60 instead of 50. But this line might be like 140 versus 120. So it might not be as favorable line. So I'll lock in my money early. If you watched the recap video, I made $380 last week just in one night. I'm hoping to do the same here. So let's lock it in. And that money will hopefully be mine on Sunday morning. Guys, let's take a look at another fight. Danny Boy, pick a fight, any fight.
All right, let's take a look here. What do I like? There was one that I was looking at before. Scroll down a little bit, please.
That's it. We did those. This is only an 11 fight card.
Okay. Well, I like, you picked yours already. Daniel Rodriguez, Preston Parsons. Go to that one real quick. Let's see what we're looking at.
Daniel Rodriguez, a very good striker, a pretty busy striker. Preston Parsons is a relative unknown.
Let's go back to the main page. I don't like that line.
No, that's it. You picked it. We're doing it. And I already started the intro. Preston Parsons. Well, then you don't get the pick. I'll do it. Preston Parsons, a UFC debut, short notice. He is a grappler who does have some pretty creative, pretty crazy striking. Danny, I'll pick this for you. More. Preston Parsons is tough as hell. Daniel Rodriguez is busy. Preston Parsons just comes marching forward, and he will engage. I like more. 31.5 is nothing. This might be similar, not nearly as crazy. This might be similar to that Sean O'Malley fight. Dude just coming forward in UFC debut, taking a beating in the face.
Rodriguez
so I
could
like
stop
more
him,
here.
though. That's one of my only concerns. Rodriguez could stop him.
He's super tough, dude. Super tough.
I think I like more here. I was just wishing it was going to be like 60 instead of 84, or even, But either way, more I think is the right play. I think Parsons going to get some strikes in the first round, try to get some takedowns. Like you said, he'll stay busy. Rodriguez is just going to have a lot of output and really defend those takedowns to get that 84.5. But yeah, I like it.
It does seem high, but he is a busier type fighter. And honestly, I can almost guarantee this is a line that'll move down. This will move in our favor. Because everybody's going to play the less because everybody sees UFC debut, he's going to get stopped. So everybody's going to hammer the less. Monkey Knife Fight's going to lower that line. So I bet that 84 is lower than this later in the week, and you can trip your money there. So he got
145 against Mike Perry, but we remember that Mike Perry
was brutal.
Did not move his head at all. He got 105 in a loss against Dalby. He got knocked out in that one, so that doesn't really matter. 175. Yeah, more is the play.
Yeah, he's a busy guy, and I guarantee that line will go down, though, because I think people are just seeing UFC debut, less, he's going to get knocked out in 10 seconds, and that line will go down. Jakey, pick a fight, any fight.
Oh, I'm so glad I get a pick since I didn't get a weigh in on the last one. I appreciate that.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
This is blowing right through
Oh,
this.
That's cool. We
Pick a
understand
fight.
what's going on here.
Pick a fight.
Let's go to the Ruiz-Lemos fight. Let me see what that looks like.
All right, Montserrat Ruiz is Angelo's lock of the week. He picked her first. Great underdog pick. Versus
Angelo,
Amanda
wait,
Lemos.
what did you just say?
I'm
How
just messing
dare
with
you?
Jacob.
There's a lot of jealousy.
I'm
There's a lot of
just
jealousy
messing
going
with
on.
Jacob.
There's a lot of jealousy.
Angela's lock of the week. I never heard that before.
I'm not stamping my anything on anything because then you end up defending yourself in the comment section. Montserrat Ruiz, a very dominant, like national level, world level wrestler, versus Amanda Lemos, who's massive for the weight class and has a ton of power and very good striking. Crazy line, because this fight could be a 10-second knockout or an absolute wild wrestling clinic. Jacob, what do you think?
This is an easy more and more for me, I think, because both these girls are tough as hell. There's going to be some wild striking exchanges. There's going to be some wild grappling exchanges, but neither one of these girls I see getting finished at all. I mean, at all. Both these girls are absolute killers. So I think they're both tough as hell. And I think it goes all 3 rounds. Obviously, I think Ruiz wins and dominates the fight, but either way, I think there's some more and more play.
Yeah, so I think Montserrat Ruiz wins as well. We did that whole breakdown. Check out the individual fight breakdowns for all of these fights. We break them down. I think Montserrat Ruiz wins because her wrestling is so good. And I would normally, in a very dominant wrestler versus striker matchup, I wouldn't do them more on the striker. But unfortunately for Ruiz, she is hittable. She does get hit a good amount coming in. So I do think more is probably the play. But Danny boy, why don't you close us out here? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think more is probably the play as well. I'm just looking up something on Conejo. Yeah, she got 136 strikes, but she dominated that last fight. Yeah,
she's not going to be that.
Dude, yeah, Baez was like at a crucifix for 3 straight rounds. Oh, it was awful.
Yeah,
it was like me beating up my little brother back in the day. Headlock, noogies, and punches. Yeah, no, yeah, that was you getting beat up by your sister.
She never kept me in that position. I always was able to get back to my feet.
She let you out.
She got the takedowns, but I always got back to my feet.
Your mom heard your screams and she came in and saved you. Broke it up.
No comment.
Let's
wrap it up, guys.
More, I guess. Although I do think Lemos is live to if Ruiz tries to do that headlock, take down Ruiz, Lemos could get her back, could sub her. But yeah, if it's a back and forth striking exchange, I think Montserrat is tough enough to stay in there for a while. And I think Lemos will definitely, if she can keep it standing a good amount of the fight, will definitely get over 65. So more is my play.
Yeah, and I like more as well, but this is another one I'm going to sit on. So this is our early video, and the only line that we absolutely loved early was the main event line. This one, more is definitely the play, and it's a gamble because I feel like most of the money will come on less only because people love Lemos. People are like obsessed with her in this fight with getting a super early dominant knockout. So I think most people will come in here and put their money on less. And if they do, these lines will go down.
People wouldn't have been making those comments if I was in the video and they knew it was lock of the week. That's for sure. Those comments would not be made. You won't see comments you won't see those comments anymore. I promise you that.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're going to delete them?
Ryan Hall comments. Yeah. So
have you removed
Ryan Hall nearly won that fight 7 different times?
Oh God!
I don't know what fight you guys were watching.
Angelo, you keep bringing it up. It's like
Ilya was in real trouble. Real trouble.
My favorite meme from UFC 264 was the one where it's like Ryan Hall all curled up, and then it's just a picture of like Joe Rogan, like ooh, just like loving it because he's just obsessed with Ryan Hall, even though he's terrible.
Jacob, remember how mad you were at me when I bet Topuria by knockout and all my prop bets? And you're like,
I think it was an early stoppage as well. He was about to reverse that position.
I personally wish it went another round because it would have made some more money. If it went to the second, it would have been the same knockout, just a little bit later and a little bit more money for me.
Ryan Hall was 15 seconds away from submitting him before it got stopped.
Okay, all right. Either way, that is our early Monkey Knife Fight breakdown. Hit these lines, sign up now. And the lines move often. It's not just today, Friday. They do move often throughout the week. So sign up now. WeWantPicks.com/MKF. Hop in there. Promo code WWP instantly matches your deposit. Take the free money. Use the free money. Don't even play with your real money. My brother played it last week, first time ever. Doesn't even watch fights. He signed up, deposited $100. They gave him a free 100. He screenshotted his sort of balance of $480 at the end of the day. And he's like, I just used your picks. So do the same thing. Hop in here, sign up, let us know your picks, and we will see you on Saturday.